Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness, what's this? It's called a dumbass trying to step up the game here. 1 second, everybody. I gotta get this motherfucking phone here. I also need to turn off the fucking sound on the computer. Let's see here now. Oh, I fucked this up. 1 second, everybody. Let's zoom out. Is this zooming out? There we go. Bear with me here, everybody. First time with new toys. All right, so I'm gonna go like this. Bear with me, everybody. We're almost ready, and then I'll do an actual intro here. All right. Now I've switched the camera like a dumbass, so we'll switch it this way. And then, how's that look, everybody? Does that look good? Does that look good? There we go. Well, that looks nice. Well, everybody, that's right. Hello. Welcome. Oh, it's broadcasting in the wrong way. Is it going the wrong way? Son of a bitch. Well, we're going to have to shoot like this, everybody. Again, learning. So, bear with me here. Just playing around. All right. So, tonight's show, I will attempt to reprogram so it shoots automatically in a horizontal landscape. Sadly, I think we're going to have to go this way with it this time. All right. So what I'm attempting to do, everybody, is I'm attempting to first mute the computer. There we are, because I don't actually need to hear my own voice. Basically, I'm playing around with a few new attempts to make the show work a little bit better for you. Again, that's too far. Maybe we should play around with this. What's up, everybody? How you doing? What's cracking? All right, that guy channel 2. What's up, man, baby? It's been a long time. What's up, Chef Flight 420? Kim T 420. Yeah, I know. You can hear me twice because I was actually playing it off the laptop there, and my phone was my headphones was picking it up. So I'm actually going to try to move this a little closer here now. Let's see here. Sorry, everybody. We're playing around with new toys, so we're trying to make it work. How's that look? That looks not too bad. How's this look for everybody? Let's see now. If I'm sitting here like this talking to you, how you doing? All right. What's up, Indio Kush? How you doing, my friend? What's up, Cheese? Or that's Cheers. Rico Buns, what's crackin'? Grumblicious, what's up, baby? Light 1978, what's crackin'? Joint Operator, what's up? The Nige 007, what's up? Mr. C's Grow Life, what's crackin'? Sam Vic, yo to you, my friend. Bubba Dank 79, what's up with you as well? Lemoyette, hello, I'm doing well. How you doing, my friend? That's right. I've even got a beer koozie now. To be fair, my wife found it yesterday when she was drinking beer and started using it, so she's not here right now, so I'm using it. Now, am I still too small on this? Like, do we want the camera closer? This is a test for everybody. We're figuring this shit out here. What's happening? All right. It's going well, the man. What's up, Suburban Life, baby? How you doing? What's up, Dylan Sib? Well, brother, you know what, Dylan Sib? That is very understandable. I hope your son has a beautiful birthday. 4 years, big step. In 20 days, he will be the one day where he is 4 years, 20 days. He's going to be a 420 in 20 days. So today is his full birthday. In 20 days, he's going to be 420. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you wish him a happy birthday from Uncle Pot Squatch. You can call me Uncle Josh if you want, so you don't have to say the word pot around your young child if you don't want to. I'm liking the new chat setup, brother. Thank you. Well, the way I look at it this way is it was always like, me going around the phone. It was easier to read in one sense, but it's tripping me out because the video, like I'm seeing the video here on my end, and it's obviously lagging. I almost wish I could just not see myself and just see the chat. I wish I could turn that off. But I guess it's important for me to be able to kind of check angles. I still think that this might be a little too far away. But how are we feeling, everybody out there? Is the camera close enough? Hey, Warren Bay Level, I'm sending blessings and love back to you in South Africa, my friend. Ah, Christopher King, I don't know about that, but I'm certainly an eccentric man who's at least himself. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. This is a beard comb. I prefer to call it a beard pick that Adam Squatch gave to me. I've actually started using it because as my beard gets bigger, brushes lead to breakage because I've got a very curly beard. So, all right. Too far away, too high of an angle. See, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, everyone, hold. We are adapting new technologies here. So I'm going to go like this, and then I'm going to go like this. Nope, wrong one. This one here. How's that? But that's still going to be too far away. But I actually am set up for this. So I've got my organs bench here. Try to bring that up a little bit closer here. And then we're going to go like this here. Come on, don't be silly, power cord. All right. Now, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like that. Now, I'm going to, actually, that might be okay. Here, everybody, let's do a test and see how we like this one. All right? All right. Let's see here now. I'm going to go this way. All right. How's this now? Is this better? Where's my head cut off? Well, this isn't bad. Oh, yeah, this is good. I kind of like this. How do we feel about this, everybody? I think this is pretty good, actually, at the end of the day. Yeah, there we go. All right, now let's get this fucking show started, motherfuckers. First of all, thank you for your patience with Uncle Potsquatch there. I was taking roughly a week off. I mean, I normally when I take some time off in between runs, I usually sit on my ass and get stoned. That is not what I've been doing this time. We've got a lot of really exciting things, some of which are happening, some of which will possibly, hopefully happen soon. But we're taking a lot of steps to kind of get there. So, you know, it's going to be pretty sweet. Things that are coming for all of you out there. Well, like I said, we actually are we've moved ahead a few steps and actually trying to get my concept for a TV show based on this YouTube. It's going to be a little different than the YouTube, and that doesn't mean the YouTube's going to stop. But I want to make a show. And, you know, a big person of inspiration to me has always been the Anthony Bourdain. And so I would like to I'm going to make a show called Strange Pots Unknown with the Pot Squatch. And it's going to be sweet. And it's going to be in that kind of stylature. And we've been working really hard on getting that going. And it's moving ahead slowly but surely. We might actually be able to pull that off. There's a lot of other hypothetical, exciting things. You know, talking to a lot of no potential partners to, you know, launch some pretty cool shit. CBD lines and fused beverages even, and a bunch of other things possibly. So at the end of the day, you know, just that week where I was gone, I was doing a lot of stuff. Plus I was doing a few auditions and shit, because I'm not just a YouTuber pot guy who runs a pot YouTube, and I'm not just an agricultural lighting company or running a swag store or working on things. In terms of that world, I am actually still an actor, writer, comedian as well. So occasionally I got some gigs that come along, or at least I try to get a few gigs to try to further that thing. So let's get back in here and let's read some of the shit that people are saying here. What's up, Pot Squatch? I am back, Weed 810. I was never gone. I was just taking a break, baby. Thomas Pearson and get her in. Hell yeah, buddy, I tell you. Here, 1 second here. Okay, so the good thing about the computer is it keeps up, so I don't get lost, but then I'll have to scroll back. Let's see here. 1 second, everybody. I'm reading. Tad zoomed. Well, I mean, fucking hell, suburban life. You know what? I'm gonna be the dick who's like actually gonna acknowledge that, and we're gonna try to play this a bit here. I'm gonna go like this, so we can keep suburban life happy, so he doesn't have to be all upset. I'm just teasing, by the way, suburban life. I actually don't care. I'm just having fun. I'm enjoying playing with the new toys. All right, let's try this one now. So this question goes directly out to suburban life. Are you happy now? How's that for you now? At the end of the day, I mean, we're still playing with all this kind of shit. I mean, after we made the first video today, I was kind of like, well, I want to kind of start because also too, I am talking to a few potential people. We got a meeting next week about a bunch of different things, and well, they're aware of who I am now, what the show concept. These are some of the people that are involved with it. So, given the fact that there's a very good chance they might, in fact, tune into this show because, well, they're like, who the fuck is this asshole called Squatch living out in the woods? Who the fuck is this asshole, right? So it's like, well, you know, at least let's make the asshole presentable, shave it up a little bit, make it nice, have a shower. I'm just being silly, everybody. All right. All right, 1 second here. That's good, bro. Show me some titties. Well, the titties all chopped down. And maybe we'll take you in to show you the drying titties that haven't been trimmed yet. But I guess at the same time, I do have a couple of nugs that we had trimmed up. So I can maybe show you some of that in a little bit here. But let's kind of get this shit going here. Sorry, everybody. Hey, did I see Glenn Wells up in here right now? Where was that? I think I saw Glenn Wells. Where the fuck's Glenn? Glenn Wells, to change your name to Squatch on YouTube, I do believe if you go into your account settings, you're going to be able to go in there and change your name. There may be like a thing on Facebook that you can only change it so many times, but if you've never done it before, you obviously can do it once. Because a number of people on the channel as well, everyone like, oh, can I be this Squatch? I'm like, fuck yeah, man. Like, I mean, that's you, and that's how you identify, and be that Squatch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, hashtag boom. But I think that's how you can do it there, Glenn. 1 second here. Mongo Grows. What's up? How you doing, Mongo? Well, it's like it only took me 2 1/3, almost 2.5 years to listen. Everyone was like, 1 second here. Everyone was like, Squatch, you need to get a tripod, motherfucker. And I never did. I just kept drinking and smoking and hand shooting everything. But here we are. I'm fucking dying laughing right now. That's good. Well, that's part of the show, right? It's both educational, it's informative. You know, it's also a place for all of us to hang out when we do these live streams. But at the same time, I mean, fuck, if you can't have fun while you're doing it, well, that's fun. Some of the new potential business partnerships that we've been talking to, I was kind of clear about a couple of things with them when we were talking the other day, and I was like, well, I'm gonna be honest with you, like I'm kind of a crazy asshole. You know, I am a comedian. I grew up watching George Carlin. I grew up the son of two priests who became a pot-grown weirdo, actor, artist, asshole who likes to drive Cadillacs, who's an ex-fighter. And, you know, at the end of the day, I don't mind sharing my opinions of things. And so maybe sometimes people get a little upset or offended or so with me about shit. But at the end of the day, that's kind of what has been building the brand. That's kind of what we're about. You know, that's kind of what the Squatch Growers Army's about. Like, we're just going to be real with people. And we're just going to go. We're going to be. We're going to be like, ow! So if you can get behind that, then I think, you know, we definitely should talk next week. But I mean, if that intimidates or scares, then I don't know. This might not be the right partnership for you. But they were very excited about that and super okay with that. So I'm looking forward to chatting next Wednesday with them. It'll be a good conversation. The first initial meeting was quite awesome. All right. How you going to piss live now with the new camera setup? True. Calls wife. Hey, baby, can you bring me home a 4-liter jug? See, that's actually why we put the can of flag on the table, so I can just piss in a bottle at the table. I actually am not going to do that, everyone. It's just me being a little spitty. But so don't you worry about that, all right? All right. What is my favorite strain so far? I do not have a favorite strain, but I do have a passionate love in general for indica. To get a little bit more exact, anything within the Kush family, and it cannot be called a Kush in my humble 2 cents, unless it smells and tastes like Kush, baby. But I have a profound love for all things Kushy. So it's not quite the answer you may have been looking for, but that's as close to that kind of an answer I can get to. As everyone has seen, Mike the Single Ride Squatch has shared the Facebook group. So if you want to come hang out with all of us on Facebook and be part of the fucking weirdo group and awesome group that we all is all over the world, don't matter what color you is, doesn't matter who you love, who you want to fuck, unless you're trying to fuck kids, like I always say, that's bad. I'm going to get real mad about that. But other than that, love who you will. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't matter the superstition you believe or who you choose or what you do or do not choose to believe in. The Pot Squatch Growers Army, or the Pot Squatch Growers community on Facebook, or this general community globally, all right? It's a place for all people. We can come, we can share the positives, the negatives. We learn about weed, we grow weed, we love weed, but we love each other as well. And fuck, I mean, it's really evolved. So sometimes we talk about a lot of different things as well. So what is that accent supposed to be? I don't fucking know. I've been doing that sound literally since I was 4 years old. So I don't know. As a young child, I emulated a lot of sounds, and I've just been doing characters my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Ozzy, Big Buzz, we missed you too, baby. We missed all of you so much, and I felt guilty every day. I was sitting on the chair not doing anything. And, well, we're back. So let the good times roll, my friends. Yeah, I like that, Mike. Idiots unite. All right. So, one of the things, for example, I mean, there's been a lot of rain the last couple of days. So in our drawing room, even though we have a bunch of dehumidifiers going, and we're also running an AC to keep cool temperatures on that because I like to dry in the cool. Day or so ago, they were starting to really crack, and I was like, okay, sweet, we're getting pretty much ready to start jarring some of this shit. But then after, a day or two of rain, even though the relative humidity within the environment in and of itself stayed at the exact same numbers, given that I'm not growing in a hermetically sealed environment, I mean, it is a retrofitted garage, and the relative humidity of exterior to the drag space goes up. It's like a few days back in time. But I mean, maybe there's a trick there that we could sort of implement an idea to try to bring cannabis back when we over dry it sometimes. But, how we doing? What's up, Trina Rogers? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Hell yeah, I'm excited you made it to the show as well. We're trying a new kind of type of show where I'm playing around with sitting. I normally stand. Like even when I hang out with people, I don't usually sit. So I'm trying to sit. Hey, Mondo Shaves, I mean, again, are you having fun? That's kind of the whole point. I mean, at the end of the day, when I was a kid in school, when I had teachers, the teachers that I enjoyed the most were the kind of weird ones, the ones who made things fun. I mean, I still had all the, stuff, yeah. But what's more fun to learn from? I mean, a lot of YouTube channels you'll watch, it'll be like, so you will do this, and I did this, and hey, everybody, and it's not like there's not necessarily good information that is coming out in this video, but it's very hard to sit and watch this continuously going and going and going. Fuck that! Let the good times happen, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I kind of just, I literally do this my whole life. I mean, a lot of people are like, well, do you put it on for YouTube? No, if anything, I kind of play it down. I literally have been this way since I was a kid. Grew up watching Rob Williams, a lot of George Carlin too, and it's just kind of how I do things. And it made sense for the YouTube, so I said, fuck it, I'm just going to be myself and go for it. And yeah, here we all are. So something's working. I don't quite understand it, but What's up, Eric Thornbach? How you doing, my friend? Chicos, thanks. What would you do with the new strain? You don't know what it is, but it looks good. I want to go too long on flowering. Any suggestions? Well, Chicos, thanks. I mean, basically, unknown genetics doesn't necessarily mean fuck all. I mean, at the end of the day, it's so hard to even know if you're actually getting a genetic that you paid for or bought or were given and was told it was this. So I would just grow it out like any other cannabis. Part of the fun sometimes is growing mystery genetics. I mean, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Those Afghanis we did in the last run were clones gifted to me by a friend who basically couldn't keep them. And he said, hey, if you don't take these, they're going to die. And I could not, send a weed plant out into the cold, quote unquote, to die. So I said, fuck it, bring it on over. I mean, he didn't really know what they were. He was like, it's Afghani something. It was a really weird cannabis to grow, but that was part of the fun, learning about it. So basically grow like normal, starting around 7 weeks, start checking, seeing where they are in terms of trichrome coloration. Part of learning of getting to know plant psychologists is even with a genetic you don't necessarily know what it is, you can learn to watch to see what you're going to need to do to better cater to what that plant needs or what it wants or when it's going to be ready. Well, Lamoyant, thank you very much. I'm actually, part of the reason why we're actually able to possibly get this TV show going is because of the style too. And I mean, because like imagine this with a production team, but in an Anthony Bourdain style, flying all over the world, having a good fucking time. It's gonna be good, so I'm looking forward to it. Do I ever mess with autos? I don't personally usually mess with autos. I am going to play with a couple of autos that Aussie Big Bud made out of respect for Aussie Big Buds. I'm personally not a big auto person. I will say they have a lot of purpose and they have a lot of positive things in terms of the community, especially for newer growers who are getting to know them. But I personally am not really an auto guy. I don't like having no control in terms of when I go from vegetation to flowering. So, yeah, hope that helps in terms of that basic, opinion. All right, let's see. DV ripping my homemade bone. Hell yeah, DV, ripping that homemade bone. I like it. Suburban Life. Are your lights going to raise in price anytime soon? Because I know it's a steal right now. I just won't be able to purchase for a little while. No, Suburban Life, we're always going to do everything that we can. Our whole premise was to bring everyone affordable lights. The fact that we are selling a shitload of these things and doing very well now, that just means I'm going to try to make them even more affordable. Because our goal has always been on business plan to provide high performance, affordable, accessible, professional grade tech that's reliable. And if the fucker breaks, I'm going to sell you a part to fix it. And I'm not going to rip you off. Because really, if we make a few bucks per rig, we would rather make money that way by serving all the people than ripping one person off. I don't care about the one sale. I want to help as many people as I can. And I can't help people if we raise our prices. The only time price rises might happen is certain upgrades that we'll release, certain parts that will be implemented into things do cost a little bit more. So it will literally, in terms of the percentage, cost you the same. The only time the price is going to go up, like if I have to spend 14 bucks more on a part, I'm not going to mark that part up. We already like the margins where we're at, okay? So any markups that will happen will be on upgrades or updated tech, but that is the only time you're going to see a price increase on our lights, okay? It's general parts and cost of parts, basically. Or if we come up with some new ideas, and like I said, we've got a few different things that are going to be coming up in new releases. That kind of is a great way to segue into something. We're going to be flying down to California in January, and we're going to go show everyone. We're going to shoot some videos and show you where squatch lighting systems are made. And we're also going to do some shit with Brett, and we've got a bunch of really exciting shit to kind of announce for everybody. I can't tell you now, but stay tuned. We'll tell you in January. Okay, let's check out this here. Chem D420. Every day of the year is a Black Friday deal on our lights. That's kind of the point. We don't make a lot per rig. We use the best parts. We use Samsung chips, Drawer 1. We only use Meanwell drivers. We don't cheap out on crap. So at the end of the day, it's like Black Friday, 365 days a year at Squatch Growers Grow Light System powered by Soul Strip, because that's what we're about. We were just like, fuck it. We're not greedy. So we're going to make it an affordable, accessible price. Let's build a super discount in that we're just not going to charge you a huge markup on shit. Some would be saying, well, you're devaluing yourself. No, I don't think we are. We're making money. But we're just valuing the consumer because they're our friends. Because we are growers making lights for growers. We're not some corporate asshole making a blurple light based off of decades-old fucking math from NASA to grow algae in space. No. We're growers who want good lights for us, and we want good lights for you. And we want them to be accessible. It's part of why we launched all of this. I was upset with how much it costs to go buy an HLG system. Fucking Fluence lights, fuck off, $1,600. Jesus Christ. The Gavita LED, 14 to 17, I think. Like, that's just ridiculous. So that's part of why we did what we did. What's up, LNM? How you doing? Oh, how's the little squatch working out for you, Eric Dornbach? I'm assuming you went 3,500 on that one. We love you too, Cam D420. And I gotta be careful because, I'm not allowed to release things yet. But the things that are coming in terms of the lighting systems are pretty fucking exciting. And just 1 second, everyone. I'm just checking that because I actually don't have my cell phone plugged in for power, and I could have it plugged in. I'm just wanting to quickly check. Oh yeah, we got lots of power on the show. We're good. We're good for hours. So, all right. There we go. Sitting back down. Now, in terms of the swag, I will do a Black Friday sale for the swag shit. And I am going to be doing a Christmas something. I'm actually kind of toying with an idea of doing just kind of like a Christmas mixer package on some stuff. Christmas stuff will launch December 1st and will be available December 1st. When is Black Friday? Is it next Friday? Like, this is how in the dark I live in certain senses. For a man who, is a lighting brand. Yeah, that's funny. I found that kind of amusing, everybody. But James, nothing is sold out on our stuff, bro. Never is, never was. Seriously, there's a couple of options that are sold out because I sold all of them, but they're the weird, more obscure Calvin colors anyway. If you want to be like Uncle Pop Squatch, go 3500 Calvin. We got lots of those, baby. I mean, I may have missed Black Friday Mondo Chase. I actually don't know when it's happening. Oh, snap. There's my Cadillac there. And the puppies are going to be here and they're going to bark at their mom now. They're in this window right there, barking. There we go. It's just your mom, puppies. It's just your mom. All is well. One second, everyone. We'll say hi to the wife when she come in. Maybe she'll come in and she can't. Oh, that. This actually is a weed. I'm smoking a part of a cigar. I quit smoking cigarettes about 8 days ago. And I'm doing really well, actually, in terms of it. I haven't had a cigarette since. I had my last cigarette the night before, so I was fucking quitting. I still smoke a few cigars a day. I'm Uncle Bucking it right now. But the great thing is there's a lot less chemicals in these damn things. And I mean, I actually smoked a pipe or cigars half of my time smoking since I was 13. So at the end of the day, fuck cigarettes are bad. So, I do like having a cigar. They will shut up in a second after mother comes here. She'll take them into the other room, everybody. But at the end of the day, trying to stay around as long as I can to help the pot squatches, you know what I'm saying? If I can balance the cigars, whiskey, and beer perfectly, I'll be 130 when I die. So, in my family, there's a joke. It's called Uncle Harold Come Again. 1 second, everybody. What's up, baby? How's it going?
I'm stuck.
Oh, do you need help? Sorry, everybody. Just a moment. Oh, she's carrying groceries. Oh, shit. I'll be right back, everybody. 2 seconds. Keep the show going, Adam. Or Mike. Or other moderators.
I got 30 rules.
Oh, baby, quick question. They can hear everything I'm saying. This is all sounds. But do you mind hanging out with the dog going to the show? Just so they will. I love you, sexy lady. I'll tongue punch you later. I'm back, everybody. You can't see me because it's lagging, but I'm back. All right. For those of you who do not know Mrs. Pot Squatch, she actually has her own YouTube that she started. Been doing for a while. She does a lot of really cool Eminem covers with ukulele. One of the videos she did, I put on our channel here, but she's on her channel as well. Check it out. Dottie Davis on YouTube. Some fucking dope, cool shit, man. I like getting stoned and watching the videos. Oh, totally. Like, I'm gonna, like, the second I figure out what I'm doing for the sale and how it's all gonna work or when those are happening, like, I'll let everyone know. I'll make a specific video about it. I'm also toying around with, like, a couple of different ideas. Like, did we want to do a Christmas raffle? Like, maybe I'll put together, like, a super Squatch pack and it'll be, like, $5 an entry for everybody. And then we could do it that way. Or we could do, like, obviously there'll be a sale regardless. I'm also thinking, like, another idea I could do is, like, do, like, a little bundle and, like, let's say to get the, the grinder's 30 bones Canadian, the shirt's 30 bones Canadian, it has 20 bones Canadian, so that's like 30, 60, 70, 80, for example. and then throw in some papers. Let's say it was normally $100. Like maybe I don't know, I'll knock a big chunk of the money off, right? Like actually, it's normally like $110 for this beautiful package, but you can get it today for the low price of. I haven't figured that out yet. But like, is that a cool idea? Do we like that? Is that a good idea? I don't fucking know. I'm winging it, man. The store's only been available on the market for a few months, so I'm learning as I go. It's been a lot of stuff to learn. Stupid phone dance. Oh, hell yeah. When did you get your new leg, Infimo, aka Patrick? Here. Send me an email right now. I'll throw it in an envelope. I'll just put a stamp on it. I'll send you this one for your new leg. I'm assuming it's a prosthetic leg that you have a new one, because this might not stick on skin very well, but it should stick to a prosthetic leg. So they're like nice vinyl and shit. It costs a little bit to get, but there's this company down the States called Sticker Mule. Fucking love their shit. If you buy enough of them, you get a good price break. But their stickers are just so much thicker and nicer than any other sticker company I've ever seen. Like, it's worth the money. So, I mean, if we're gonna get a Pot Squatch Grow with Army fucking sticker, that motherfucker should be able to survive. You know, elements. There we go. I was gonna say ailments. I'm like, that's wrong. Sticky fingers. I did. Thank you so much. I actually got it. It was in my mailbox yesterday when we grabbed it. Loved the way you were creative on that one with the cardboard. I'll leave it at that. Was that banana kush though? Those beans? Were they banana kush beans? I'm excited. I knew there was something. Brian, what's up, Oklahoma? How you doing? Oh, okay. 1 second. Inferno@yahoo.com. Okay. Well, my email is potsquatch420@gmail.com. It'll be easier for you to email me. But Mike, I need you to get Inferno@yahoo.com's email so I can send Inferno sticker for new legs. So it's extra cool and pimp new leg, you know? It's like new legs are always great, I'm sure, but putting on Potsquatch armor sticker, it's more fun, you know? Thank you, Inferno, or it's either Inferno or Infimo. My eyes are being a little weird, but yeah, no worries, my friend. Happy to. That's like, I mean, that's cool. Like the fact that you got a new leg and you want to fucking put a sticker on that, that's fucking dope. Like, so fuck yeah, I'm on board with that. Oh, you're welcome, Brian. I'm glad your canna butter turned out well. You know, when you take the time and the patience to do canna butter properly, I mean, it's a wonderful thing, and it's very good for a vast plethora of medicinal applications through edible nature. Yeah, and then Canada recreational is legal too, so I mean, you can have fun any way you want. Well, it's not really legal here. Technically, it's legal for the government. It's Prohibition 2.0 in many senses. It's more legal now than it was, but you know, what are you gonna do? Keep on fighting to go fight, I guess. All right. Who love butt sex? Well, if you mean by sex with the CKS, but like sex with an X, you know, butt sex is good times. Why not? Okay, good. So it is Inferno. That's what I thought. Dude, I always wanted to be a firefighter. And then I moved out here, and it's all community-based firefighters. And I was like, well, like, fuck, like, how do I sign up? And they said you could, but you know, you're gonna have to shave your beard off for the respirator. So I decided to become the local superhero maybe instead. You know, because I'm not shaving my beard off. Sometimes I might shave my beard off for like a movie, a film, or a really high-paying commercial. But other than that, no. In a month or so, probably month and a bit, it's going to be this beard's 1-year birthday, so it's coming up. Yeah, hard rock pop. I mean, I take all my sugar and I either make it into hash or make oils out of it, or you know what I'm saying. Wait, is Texas Pete here? And I haven't seen Texas Pete. Hi, Texas Pete. What's up, Panda Cat 4? Wait, Panda Cat 0420 PK. Hell yeah, Chris Smith. Yo, Chris Bart, what's up in the Cheshire? One of my fucking best friends from England's from Cheshire. We call him the Cheshire Kid. Stocko, the Cheshire Kid. His name's Christian, but we all call him Stocks or Stocko. Prick's been living back in Canada for 2 or 3 months. I've seen his ass. So if you're watching at home, Stocko, what the fuck? Come out and kill Uncle Potsquatch. I haven't seen you in like 3 or 4 years, motherfucker. You know what, Trina? If your plant's almost done flowering, that is a completely natural thing. Your plant, quite more than likely, is just super zapping all nutrition out of its fan leaves. Sometimes that can even happen on a little bit of the sugar on the bud, but the bud itself will be okay. If you're that close to finishing flowering, this is a completely natural process. Don't freak out. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, but it's okay. I wouldn't panic. I would just keep flushing and doing what you're doing. You should be all right. I hate Sativa's high. I hate Sativa's growth pattern. I'm just an indica loving asshole. Peace out, Mondo Shaves. Have a good one, my friend. Thank you for tuning into the show today. Oh, I know. There's something to be said for a good bush. You know what I'm saying? Dirty joke. I apologize. How can I get me one of them their stickers? Well, cannabis cultivation. Every order from the store comes with a sticker. So, I mean, you order a shirt, a hat, you're going to get a sticker. There are available options if you want a bunch of stickers in the store that you can buy a few of them. Yeah. I also too will be eventually in the next day or two getting a bunch of stickers sent down to the factory in California with the lights. So every sticker or every light should come with a sticker eventually too. Hell, I might even mail some of our pamphlets down there as well. But yeah. Oh crap! I still haven't paid the graphic designer for that. But I did call them yesterday, so they know I'm not fucking off. I'm just forgetful, so it's okay. Ty Lynch 25, again, is a small startup. We've only been on market for a couple of months there. I do think that in the new year, if sales keep going the way they are, we are going to be doing a light giveaway. I did bring it up with Brett the other day in a meeting, but that again will be a random kind of giveaway thing. And I'll figure out how that works. But Brett is not against the idea at all from his end because we are partner companies, right? So it's not all me. We have to both agree on that. And I think though that in terms of how sales have been going, we should, in my personal opinion, we can justify doing a light giveaway coming up in the new year, hopefully. So stay tuned for that, and that will be a thing. Chris Smith, all of my underdeveloped buds or smaller buds, or airy buds, or anything that I don't want to like trim into a nice flower to put in my curing jars, I just literally strip them all, throw them in the bag, throw in the bag with my sugar. I freeze that shit. I typically make it to a dry ice hash, and then I press that hash into rosin. Got my first ever dab rig the other day. That was fun. Took a while to figure out how to use it properly, but I'm kind of getting there. Maybe if everyone wants, I'll do a dab in a bit, and then you can all laugh at me because I'm not great at it. If you're happy, tame a tooth, clap your hand. I think those all of you town cities, I do. That's true. Texas Pete has been sending us pictures here at Potsquatch Growers of him slapping up Potsquatch Growers Army stickers all over Houston, Texas. It's pretty cool. I just can't wait till like one day I'm traveling somewhere and like I just randomly see one of our stickers somewhere. That will be a cool experience for me, I think. Tyler Lynch, love the channel, bro. Hey, no worries, man. Thank you for loving the channel. Thanks. I love you all. I love anyone tuning in. I do wish that I was super rich and I could just, give everyone in need lights. One day we'll get there. The bigger we grow and the more money I make through things, please know that part of our active stuff will be giving back both to the pot community, but society in general. Given the size of some of the current business deals we might be having happen in the future with some new potential business partners, they're pretty big things we're talking about. So I said one of the number one rules is we've got to be able to, if we partner and co-brand on something of this magnitude, like, I mean, we have to all agree that a certain percentage of stuff is going to go into kind of giving back just in general to the community. I consider myself a socialist capitalist. That is not what Mike likes to call it, but I don't care, Mike. It's my way of saying it. Same fucking thing anyway, so come on. But so just know that that's part of what we're about. And the fact that we are going to a point where we could start eventually doing some stuff, we're always going to. Because at the end of the day, I'm a simple asshole. You know, basic bills are paid. I got Bud Light. I mean, fuck it, man. I want to just fucking build a mountain. Build a mountain and also give part of your mountain, make a small amount and give, you know, back to the people. I say, fucking do it, you know. If more people did that, the world wouldn't be so fucked. The biggest producing strain that I've ever personally had was a crossing of my own invention. I found a really nice Northern Lights and a really nice Master Kush, and I crossed those two. And I got this one super mother that, like, at 5.5 weeks, she had 17 top colas the size of my fucking arm from like here up. And that plant was stupid. That was one of the plants that I was able to do a 6-pound plant with back in the hood. I've only done that a few times over the years. You meet these magical things once in a blue moon, and you know, I lost that. I should have kept the cutting, but you know, given what I went through for the next 10 years of my life between failed marriages, living all over the world, and cancer and all this crap, I probably wouldn't have survived anyway. So, you know, no use crying over spilled milk. I did, Sticky Fingers. Didn't you hear me talk about getting that earlier? You may have missed it. Is it Banana Kush, those beans? Hoof-hearted, the mountains are calling. Hey, I feel you, hoof-hearted. I live in a valley in the mountains, so it's I feel the call. Gipper 222ZK. I mean, we were for quality. Wait, what? Okay, Gipper 222ZK. Are you advertising in my strobe? Because if you are, that's not allowed. This is your one and only warning if that's going on. If you're just talking about something, then please clarify. But that is not allowed ever on the YouTube channel. When the TV show's going, if you're a legitimate company, of course we're going to be doing sharing branding stuff and people that we like on the show. But that's a different story. This is YouTube. And we have to be very respectful to YouTube's guidelines because right now they are targeting these types of channels. Even though that none of us, or well, at least most of us, aren't doing anything bad, the algorithm really on the back end has it out for us. Okay, so we got to be very careful and very respectful to that. Because I don't want to have to call Google head office again. I called last week and I'm still waiting for the appeal to be heard on the one strike they gave us on something which was wrong. So let's be careful here, okay? Okay, moving on. Gordy's Fish, it is possible to do stupid large plants. It requires very large pots. It requires a very long veg and a lot of training, but it is technically possible. With the right phenotype, the right lights, enough light, the right feeding, and daily gardening, you can get there. Oh, Gipper222ZK, that is completely allowed. You're allowed to ask about that. I am not a big person who knows what companies are good in America. Again, being Canadian, I'm still learning about the American markets down there and who's doing what. Also what different states are at and what's all going on. If anyone's got a website down in the States, technically that's allowed to be shared because in legal states, that's not illegal. So that's okay. I'm all right with that. But please don't talk too much about it. More just share the link and that's okay. Also, moderators are the only ones who can share links, so maybe type what it's called. Just realized that, so. Sorry, everybody, I'm just reading here for a second. I'm in 4th week of flowers, so I'm still watching them grow. Oh, you will be. Wait till you see that last 2 weeks push, Texas Pete. I mean, it's always lots of fun. Selective defoliation is key as well to that Inferno. I mean, basically, overall training includes all the tricks when I just say it, right? I mean, I can break it down for you if you want me to, but. No. Gipper222. I only saw part of what you said, and so I'm just kind of on like super protection mode right now because I'm already frustrated with YouTube in terms of what's going on and how things have been. So at the end of the day, don't feel bad at all about that. Just trying to look out for all of us. Keep things going, if you know what I'm saying. Uh-oh. I think I need a beer. One second, everybody. I need a beer. Ooh, I could pee in the sink, and that would be a live stream, because I'm just... Don't worry, honey, I love pee in the sink. Be funny, though. Oh, sweet, everyone. See, I can pee in the sink. There we go. Now, that's a wife. And she's a Monica, I'll tell you. For those of you who've seen Friends, she's a hardcore Monica. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in a good way. It's really helped me to learn certain organizational skills that I didn't really have before. But, you know, the fact that she's willing to let, you know, Mr. Pot Squatch pee in the sink, I mean, that's a big thing for her. 2.5 years ago, she would not have said yes. Which I found good for you, but... yeah, no, like it was funny when Mr. Pot Squatch first moved into the apartment with me where I was living, where we started the channel. You know, one day she's kind of like going through and organizing things because, you know, I'm a chaotic man. So she kind of comes out, she goes, honey, is there a reason we keep paint thinner, potato, and onions on the same shelf in the same cupboard? To which I responded, yes, because that's where I keep my potato, onions, and paint thinner. She says, yeah, no, we're not going to do that anymore. So I was like, okay. All right. Fred Fury, I got some Jack Herrera I can give to Canadians, eh? Hell yeah. Jack Herrera was a classic strain when it first came back out in the day. Jack Herrera was one of those strains that was just this interesting mix and kind of hybrid. It made a big ruckus at the official Maine Cannabis Cup. Definitely, you know, shook a few heads, if you know what I'm saying. How was/is the trim gel going? New grower, most of the trimming has not happened because, again, like I was talking earlier in the episode or the show, there has been a lot of rain exterior, and even though we're running our dehumidifiers, excuse me, and everything in the room, where things were cracking a day or two ago, they're not now. They're slowly going out. So basically, I'm just waiting again. My best guess is 1 to 3 days before we can really start jarring things. And typically, as my process is a dry trimmer. I wait till things are ready. I take them off and put them in jars when they're ready to go in the jar. When you do that, you have to burp your jars more often because all that sugar trim is still there, so it's respirating a lot more. So giving off gases, etc. So what you have to do is burp more until you've trimmed it. But that's basically how I do it. Get it all down in jars first, and then, like for example, if I don't have anything that's ready yet to go in jars, but I have some stuff that's in jars, then I'll work on trimming that. So we're still very much at the early beginning parts of having to trim and do all of that. So you know, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hey, Gipper222ZK, not a problem at all. Like I said, and again, hey man, I'm a special idiot, so sometimes I get confused too, man. So no, nothing wrong here, man. I'm Pot Squatch good, baby. We cool. No warning was issued. We sexy. It's all right. All right, here. I'm just playing catch up here on a few things. Whoop! Wrong scrolling area. There we go. All right. DJ Drew 24V. What up? What should I be doing to flush in the last 2 weeks? I'm using 5-gallon fabric pots. Well, typically, most of my career I've been a water flusher, so you need to flush every day. On a 5-gallon pot, I'd be running at minimum 2.5 gallons of water a day through that. If you want to play around with the flushing agent, I personally think they're okay. I play around with it a little bit. I don't use it every time during the flush. I mean, 1 or 2 out of 4 days, I'll use the flushing agent. The reason why I've actually started playing around with the flushing agent, because I actually don't think they're a bad thing. Thinking to put it in a simple way, imagine a molecule of water, okay, like an L shape, going through the plant and scrubbing it, cleaning it. By adding in a flushing agent, you're adding in a new molecule that's kind of like 4 L's together. So it's got all these other arms to scrub out the plant as it's going through it. Again, I don't use it right up to the end. I'll use it 2 or 3 times maybe week 1. And then once early to mid second week, and then just straight hardcore hitting with the water for the rest of it. And the last day, maybe do a hardcore flush, vacuum it all up, make sure your dehumidifiers are going. Hell, and have some fun with it. Maybe throw some ice in there. But you're going to need a dehumidifier in that room that can handle it if you're going to be dumping a bunch of ice on top of your plant's soil there. So hell yeah. Happy birthday to Jessica. How old are you now? Happy birthday and shout out to Jessica on her birthday. I'm assuming it's Jessica's birthday because I saw Mike say happy birthday, Jessica. So my wife's laughing at my silly ass in the background. She's like, oh my God, he's special. All right. I did, Mike. I guess it's just the lagging, maybe. Or maybe I sent read your message yet. I did it all on my own. We all love you, Jessica. We want you to have a happy birthday. Hashtag boom, baby. All right. Beans Gatlam. What's up, Beans Gatlam? Sir Smokes. How you doing, Sir Smokes? What's cracking with you? That's going good there, bud. Laughs, boy. How you doing, bud? That is correct, Brandon Wilson. Daily flushing. Yeah, sometimes I meet people and they'll often say to me, you're like, wow, you have a voice for radio. And then I'll respond, are you just trying to call me ugly? Obviously, I knew this. Well, most of the time I would assume not what they were doing, but you gotta have fun with your thumb, hell. DJ Drew 24B, you got to remember, overwatering is only going to affect your plants when they're still in terms of what you're referencing of them reacting. Water. In those last 2 weeks, they're doing a super push. They're finishing up by running a dehumidifier to keep that ambient room at about a 40% relative humidity to 42 is typically what I'm running in there, and it's going to be fine. Because you got to remember, a lot of those leaves aren't kind of in their nubile life. They're kind of like a salmon at the end of its life. They're maturing and perfectly finishing. Even though, well, one, we don't really eat those salmon. But like for the weed titty, that's exactly when you want it. When you want to catch that weed titty when she's just perfectly like ripe, ready, you know, and go from there. No, Greens Gatlin, it's still drying. Thought I could have gotten some of it in jars. Was only able to get 1 plant in jars yesterday. It wasn't even really ready to. So I just left the jars out, like the lids off all night. Now, I guess it's probably going to be another couple of days, realistically, until they're actually ready to first put in jars and then slowly work my way through trimming. So, no. Well, that's wonderful to hear, Sir Smokes. I'm very happy that things are going well, my friend. What's up, J&K Triple G? What's cracking again? Hey, no worries, Suburban Life. I will always do my best to make them at least frequent enough that you can catch 1 or 2 a week. Hell yeah, Derek Richards, welcome home. I'm assuming you were working. How was work? Did it go well? Was it a good day? Was it a bad day? Is your boss nice or are they a fucking dickhead? Well, I said it 50-50. Like coffee cream. Half and half. Did I know that you can put sandwiches in pot? I mean, you could put a sandwich in a pot and fucking let it rot, but I mean, in one certain sense, especially if it was a fish sandwich, I mean, one of certain indigenous tribes in North America would take fish, often salmon in most regions, and they would actually like take them, let them rot, decompose a bit, and they plant them underneath their tobacco plants, and that was how they fed their tobacco plants. Mark 1 super slow, shall we say. Yeah, I know. I want everyone to know. I did feel guilty that I like, but it just, in between runs, I often just kind of have to take a break. I mean, sometimes, like, I might take a couple days where nothing happens. I'm not dead, usually. Well, haven't been yet, obviously. But sometimes my battery's just a little low. But don't worry. Get things going. I'm just going to have to get better at having more energy because we're going to be making a TV show as well, but I'm not going to stop the YouTube shows or any of that while that. So, some days we might be kind of just doing live streams from after set, from on set when I'm not doing something or this or that, but we're going to keep everything always going. So don't you worry about that, everybody. They're doing really well, Adam. As you saw, or those of you who did see in the video, kind of went through, because I did see the occasional fungus gnat. It wasn't like, I saw like one or two. I was like, fuck it, I'll make a video tomorrow. And we'll talk about that. And we can go over that. Because one, I need to do that just to make sure they're safe. And at the end of the day, yeah, so. Yes, I used 2 different bags on that video. I think I used the mixing bag, which was a 220, and I used a 190 micron as well. Or do you mean, Sir Smokes, are you asking if I had cancer? I did. I'm good now. I'm a monopole now, but I mean, that's all right, Hey, Miley Cyrus, I got a wrecking ball for you. But yes, if that's what you meant, Sir Smokes, yes, I did. That, but a week before my 27th birthday, I found a big old tumor on my fucking nut. Fuck, wasn't paying attention to this. Trying to rip it. I have scissors right here. I'm so stupid. There we go. Well, that was the funny thing, right? Like, I mean, a lot of the doctors, flabbergasted, like, wow, because in that last week, because like I found the tumor kind of late, to be honest with you. It was rather large, and the day I did find it, well, let's be honest, we'll tell the whole quick story. Okay, dated this crazy bitch who thought she was French, but really her mom was a French Canadian, but she wasn't French. She grew up fucking here. She was just an angry young woman. If you're watching out there, you're a bitch. But brilliant photographer. She was a great photographer, just kind of a mean cunt. But anyway, we broke up, and it was a bad breakup. So, as you do sometimes, you kind of drink profusely for a few days. And I was a bartender, so I basically work all day and drink all night. The morning of the 4th day, I had the day off, and I was sitting there like, fuck, holy crap, my nut has been hurting for the last 2 days. At first, I had thought it was just because I was drinking too much and being stupid. But then I thought of the public service announcement commercials from when I was a kid. It was like, hey, check your shit. So I checked my shit and checked the left nut. It was good. Then I moved on to the right nut and almost was about to say it was good. And then I all of a sudden found a tumor, like on the back of my testicle. So it was kind of hard to find at first. But once you found it, you're like, damn, you're south of a grave. And so anyway, went to the doctor, called the doctor. I was like, hey, so I'm pretty sure I got fucking cancer. They're like, what? I'm like, yo, I got like a fucking big ass great tumor on my fucking nut. Do you think my Dr. Colburn there, she might be available to see me? I think she probably needed to see me 2 or 3 months ago. So they said, Josh, come in now. I said, well, I can't. They said, okay, first thing tomorrow morning. I said, okay. So I walked into my doctor's office. She touches my nut literally for about 10 seconds. And she just says, dude, you need to have an ultrasound today, right now. There's one place I can call where I can get you in last minute. You need to go now. So there I was in the doctor's office for about 2 minutes, hopping on a bus to head down to an ultrasound. Got to the ultrasound, and then it was a very awkward thing because this cute little nice there, and I got my dick out. And and trying to cover my penis with letting her play with my nuts to try to find the doma. And that was awkward, and she couldn't find it. I'm like, oh, but here, let me help you. So I held her hand, and I twisted the nut. I'm like, it's around the back, honey. And she's like, oh. And then all of a sudden, she gets this really, like, serious look on her face. And I'm like, what? She's like, I'll be right back. I was like, okay. So she goes to talk to Dr. Gone like 25 minutes. I'll sit there like, what? So I hacked onto their fucking thing because she locked the screen, but I got through it. So, I kind of flipping through the pictures of my nut. There's nothing there. And then all of a sudden, there's like this giant black obelisk on my nut. And I'm like, oh, I bet that's what you saw. And freaked out. Like, I bet, hi, I'm going to name you Larry. Hi, Larry, you fucking dick. Take my favorite nut to the dark side of the ball, boys. Anyway, so she comes in, she goes, you're good to go. I go, oh, okay, well, that's a surprise, but okay, cool. So I put my pants on and leave, and then 10 minutes later, I got a call from the head urologist at Vancouver General Hospital, a call from my general practitioner, as well as the head doctor of the ultrasound clinic. Yeah, they were like, we needed to see you months ago. I said, well, I'm flying out tomorrow for my mom's wedding, and I'm not going to miss it. So they said, we need to see you the second you're back. I said, great. But in that week, while I was gone, Larry the ball tumor nearly doubled in size. It was one of the most aggressive ball tumors ever witnessed on the west coast of Canada. But they were astonished that nothing had spread, nothing had gone anywhere. The doctor's like, what the fuck did you do? And I said, well, once I found that asshole, I drank a lot of scotch and I smoked a shitload of weed, and I sit there holding my nut and I look at that tumor and be like, fuck you, asshole, Larry. You want to go, bitch? I'm hood. You hood? Let's see what's harder, bitch. Let's go, right? Yeah, that's right. Bartholomew the True right there. He's going to beat you up when you're sleeping. Yeah, he wasn't my favorite before, but he's my favorite now. That's right. Here's little Betty coming to say hi to the show real quick. Here's little Black Betty. Little Black Betty, say hello. Hi, everybody. What's up? Her actual voice like, hello, everybody. What's up? Go find your mommy. Go find mommy. She wants daddy. All right. So anyway, that's the story of nuts getting cancer in my world. Well, one nut. I still got one. Yeah, I think that's enough talking about my genitals. I think we're good, right? Let's move on. Well, you can talk about my genitals more. I know you like money, but, All right. So, Sir Smokes, have you beaten cancer now, or are you still in the battle, my friend? Thank you very much, Bernie Mitchell. Thank you for loving the shows. I love all of you. The pot squatches. I love that you somehow all want to give a shit and come to show. I don't still understand why sometimes, but it's pretty cool. Fuck yeah, thank you. I am, of course, rolling my joint here with Pot Squatch Growers rolling papers. That's also one of the videos that YouTube said was fucked. But anyway, all natural, non-GMO, unbleached organic hemp papers with vegan-friendly gum. No horse glue.
Aww.
Don't worry, I'll just eat the horses,
Would you say nay to the horse glue?
Well, I did in the end, because nay to the horse glue, because vegans are also pot squatchers. My wife's dyeing her hair. She looks funny. Got a big bag on my head. Oh, Lamoyette, that makes sense, and leukemia, like I'm not a doctor, but I've read a lot about a lot of different types of cancers. It's important to know these things as a medical person who's in medical knowledge. And so all the power to her. I mean, childhood leukemia can be a hardcore thing, but something that you can overcome. My friend Monkey Seeds on Instagram, his son is fighting leukemia as well right now. I think he's only like 2 or 3 years old. So, send your thoughts at him. I can't remember his name, sadly, but son of Monkey Seeds on Instagram. What's up, Charles Higgins? Yeah. What's up, Gamer Guy 123? Yes, that my wife is in the background, but the barking is the dog, not my wife. Now, mind you, sometimes you can't sound like that if I get in trouble. Cannabis cultivation. The reason why I didn't do it this year was because I don't dab. I dab now, and I bought a dab rig to train because I have one of the biggest lung capacities of anyone you'll meet. So I actually think I can hit 32. The guy who won hit 18. Can we lock them somewhere? Because this is kind of. Thanks, honey. But anyway, I did 28 the other day. So the guy who won, I think, did 18 or 22. So I did 28 the other day. And I'm still struggling with getting my lungs used to vape or dabbing. So next year I'm gonna try. Adam can try again too. Adam's problem wasn't that he is not an amazing dabber. He's just like 42% my size. So it's like he let out way too much smoke on the first ones, but he was nervous. We were both nervous. We didn't know what we were doing. Like, we just learned about the events, like at the event. Like, we had no preparation. We had no understanding until a minute or two before it happened anyway. The fact is, we had a load of fun. It was so good. But next year, everybody who may be watching from that group, I'm coming. I'm going to sweep all cannabis cups and the Olympics. Me and Adam, we're coming. Watch out. Just friendly competition, though, of course. We love all of you, you know. Yeah, so I've got a year to practice my dabbing, everyone, but I will definitely give the iron lung a go. With what I was able to do with my buddy Big A watching the other night, it was like 26 or 28 that I did, so I would have definitely taken gold if I had tried. But I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready yet. I've been practicing, so. Yeah, I'm going to go into that event too, Adam. The problem is I don't like the certain events, right? Because the fact is, the chick who won the 7-second roll joint, her joint didn't smoke. She tried to smoke it outside, it fell apart. And it's like part of the competition needs to be who can roll the fastest, pretty functional joint. Because I could do that in 14 seconds, and I would have won. Just physically throwing some weed in a paper, and then some guy thinks he knows it'll smoke. You don't know it'll smoke unless you try. That's not how the event should work. Plus, the fattest joint should be the fattest joint that functions. Cramming like 3 grams of weed into a 1 1/4 rolling paper ain't gonna smoke the shit. You're gonna be sitting there popping a blood vessel in your eyeballs trying to get a fucking toke off that bastard. And that's not how that should work. It should be the fattest functional joint in a 1 1/4 paper, in my humble 2 cents. But that's actually why eventually maybe I'll put on a pot squatch growers cannabis cup. And, then I get to make all the fucking rules. So, #boom. Oh, caramel candy kush. That's even funkier. Very cool. Sticky fingers, I love you. Thank you so much, because as you know, I love kush things. How are the dogs escaped again? I'm not mad. It's just like, they want to be YouTubers too. I want to be on the camera. That's little Betty right there. I like king size papers too, but at the end of the day, 1 1/4 I prefer. And actually, so rather than releasing king size pot squat papers, we're going to be releasing rips. I prefer those to a king size paper because sometimes I want a paper this long, right? If I want a normal joint like this, I'll use 1 1/4, perfect size. But if I want something bigger than that, I'm gonna get like the rips. I first saw them when I was 14 in Britain, and you can just pull them out off this coil and make them any size you want, man. It's all wrapped up. It's fucking thick. Wow. Damn, Inferno, that is some crazy shit. Actually, Texas Pete can relate to using hardcore painkillers as well. Texas Pete has also been a huge success story. I think he's been able to eliminate his opiate-based pain medication by like half since he's been working with medical cannabis and trying to not burn out his kidney and liver by the time he's like 60. So... John Griffin, doing my first grow. Love your channel. Hope my plants turn out half as good as yours. Well, John Griffin, it's all about, a daily gardening, love your titties, do your best to educate. Gotta start somewhere. Let's put it this way. If your first grow, you get weed, you beat me already. It took me a few grows before I start fucking shit up. I started at a very young age, and I had to teach myself, and it takes a while sometimes. That's part of why we started this channel, because, I took years to try to figure things out. I didn't come from a growing family. I came from a religious family. Not like crazy religious, but my parents were both priests, and so I had to kind of fight to learn how to grow pot. and learn how to do it on my own. And so I was like, fuck it, let's help some people out. You know what I'm saying? So Inferno, can I ask what ripped off your leg, man? Like, how did that go down? Were you working as a firefighter when your leg got like fucking ripped off? No, I feel you, Inferno. I busted the shit out of my right leg in a scooter accident, broke a bunch of shit in the ankle. Didn't go to the doctor, worked on it. Took almost a year for it to get better. There's still stuff missing in there. My foot's adapted a bit. Cut my groin apart through my groin. So that's how they do the cancer surgery now. It's like, I imagine it like an arcade claw dropping down and pulling it out. So that's a little munted. Then I got shanked in the hip at 21 in Mexico, 7 inches in. That fucked with it a bit too. And I live in a continuous, well, it's not a migraine, it's neuropathic pain, but it's like a migraine with other attacks on top. So I feel you on the pain thing too. I'm a pain patient in Canada. So I actually got my license as a pain patient 12 years ago in Canada as medical personal grower for myself. And that's what we still hold, was for pain. So when I got cancer, I was already kind of lucky. I was like, oh, well, I'm already hooked up. So, hey, I know what to do. Dude, right? Mike? Fuck, I don't watch the Grey Cup. I'm doing live stream shows. What's up, old man 420? How you doing, my friend? Was on a motorcycle and illegal ran a red light and I went up the HUD and the leg stayed in. Oh shit, son. Damn. Inferno, that's insane. Mad props to you for living through that, though. Wow. Like I can only actually imagine. I don't even think I can imagine that because I've had broken a lot of things. I've been stabbed and shot and a limb coming off like that. I don't even think I can even begin to understand that. But mad respect. Seriously. Mad respect on that. Ooh, okay, because now I'm just being a nerd. I love biology in school. Where on your leg did it come off? Like, so you said you got a new leg, right? So, like, where on your leg, like, does it go to? If it's okay to ask. I don't know if that's a rude thing to ask. I don't think it would be. I'm just curious, and I mean it out of respect. Because maybe I have to send you 2 stickers. Like, if you got a thigh and a shin, like, I mean, shit, we got to send you 2. So above the knee, would it be like what you would call mid-thigh, maybe? Or like just like right above, this above the knee? Again, not a doctor. Does that mean like kind of like right there? Is that right there? Oh man, Texas Pete, I'm really sorry, bro. That's heartbreaking. Damn. Well, seriously, Inferno, respect. Holy shit. That's intense. Wow. Well, Inferno, I'm glad you're still with us and part of the Pop Squatch Growers Army, my friend. Hashtag boom, motherfucker. You one tough ass asshole, man. You know what I'm saying? Fred Fury. Only thing I use is cannabis for pain here. Hip replaced. That's a savage surgery. I understand how that one works. Waiting for a shoulder to also be rebuilt for 4 years plus broken back. And wow, shit. Yeah, Fred Fury. I mean, my one of my closest friends. His name's Sean. He's an incomplete quad now. So he still has like something like he can make me in Manhattan and shit and stuff. Like, but like that's how his hands work and shit. When we first hung out, he couldn't do that, but he's been getting a lot better and like working really hard. So like he can make a fucking Manhattan now and shit. But when he was 15, I think he was 15. About that, he was a hockey player, 15 or 16, and they got into this huge accident. 1 or 2 of his friends died, and they're on the way to a hockey tournament. And he broke his, I think is it his 4, 5, 6 or his 5, 6, 7? No, I think it's his 4, 5, 6. And then they did this cool thing. They don't do it anymore, but back in the day where they take like a big piece of your like hip bone and they fuse that into your neck. And he actually lived a normal life for years until he started to degenerate. He went in for surgeries trying to make it better. And then they He was not doing well. He basically walked in. Like, he was walking, but he wasn't walking well. But he went in for the last surgery that he had, and they botched it up. Not intentionally, obviously, but it happened. And then he was in a chair, and now in complete quad. So yeah, you know, nerve pain and things for him in certain parts of his body is a big thing too. 1 second here. My 16-year-old niece had her dad killed in a car accident, and then her mom went off handle with speed. She's been on Zoloft and it wasn't working for depression, lithium, they said. Oh man. That's heartbreaking, Charles. 1 second here. Wait, I'm scrolling the wrong spot. I'm trying to go up here. Read some of this stuff. Okay, I think I'm caught up if I go back to there. Well, all blessings and good thoughts go out to your niece, Charles Hankins, and you know. Oh, you did. So Charles Hankins, is she doing okay now? Oh, good. So it's made it. Oh, fuck. Sorry, I thought she was. The fact that you're there and she's doing better, that is awesome. Hell yeah. Damn, Inferno, that makes sense, man, when shit like that happens. Yeah, Sean, the poor bastard, you know, like, he had many, many surgeries himself over the years trying to fix things, and then the one day they just kind of botched it. But at the same time, like, he plays one of the main starring roles in the TV show that we've shot the pilot. Me and Mrs. Pot Squatch wrote it together, and we co-starred and co-directed it, and Sean's one of the main roles, starring roles, and he plays the character of the sexy cripple. True story. That's his name. Even in the script, his character is called the sexy cripple because, you know, me and my wife co-wrote this show, and I was sitting in the bar kind of slamming up the initial kind of Mark 1 of the script based off of all this sort of framework stuff. And I was like, yeah, no, let's go with the sexy cripple concept because that's very much kind of what my friend Sean is. Like, I mean, he's a very attractive man. Like, he's like, you know, like, it's like, and he's aging well, dude. Like, it's fucked up. And so that's always been our joke, right? Like, I'm like, damn, man, you may be in the chair, but motherfucker, you sexy as shit. You're aging better than my ass. I've been getting auditions as an actor since I was 21 to play dads in their mid to late fucking 30s or early 40s. Like, fuck you, man. And so, you know, and the fact that he has this, you know, sexy younger girlfriend who started out as his care nurse is all true. And he seduced her, and they're together now. And so it's like, you know, that's my buddy Sean, and he smokes a lot of the weed too. We like the weed too. And so, you know, the show was kind of based, the whole storyline predominantly is fictional, but like all the characters, for the most part, are exaggerated caricatures of the people within it, and that's kind of what we were playing with and having fun writing the show about Vancouver, where Vancouver could be itself in the city, and yeah, so Sean plays the sexy cripple in that show. Sorry, I've missed lots of talking here. 1 second here, I'm reading here. What's up, Squatch? Watching from Alabama. What's up, Alabama? Thank you for watching. No, thank you for sharing Charles Hankins as well. Thank you for sharing, because it's a beautiful story. Both sharing the sad stories and the beautiful stories. That is part of medicinal cannabis is a big part of this community, and we're allowed to talk about it. That's fucking awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Hey, Squatch, have to go now. Email me when you can, and thanks, bro. No, fuck yeah, Inferno, man. No, seriously. I'll email you in between shows. I'll check the email. God's best medicine. I have several autoimmune diseases plus lupus. Damn. I can't hardly eat and no longer take pain pills. I'm pain-free most of the time. Medicinal cannabis has so many healing properties. Well, hell yeah, Trina Rogers. And like, that's an amazing story too. Like, I mean, to be able to exist that way and you're actually having a better quality of life than when you were on all those drugs is, well, I mean, you didn't say that, but I'm assuming that's kind of part of that story because I could picture it going that way. That's fucking awesome. Like, seriously, that's so awesome. I'm like, that makes me so happy. Congratulations, my sister. Seriously. Yo, what's up, Grow YVR? Yeah, no, after I made the little video earlier, I'm trying to You know, I bought one of those little tripod things. I'm playing around with shit. Eventually, I might figure it out. But you see, like where I'm an actor, writer, filmmaker, like I'm not a cameraman. It's like fuck, man. I'm an actor and a writer, and like I can direct and shit. But you know, I'm not great at the tech side of shit as much. Still, I'm trying. I'm pretending. I'm pretending I know what I'm doing. Well, as true sewer smokes, we are all survivors because I mean, part of growth in life is we've, and I think this is where I do actually have hope for the whole world that we can come together. Look at our community here; like we've got people of all different political, religious, racial, sexual orientation, gender orientation, people. Sometimes people who would maybe if they met in a different setting would be at each other's throats, but here we all get along. And the fact is I think because through cannabis, and the fact is, a lot of us have different stories and this and that to do with it. Like, I mean, we're learning to relate to each other through the more seminal, foundational parts of what it means to be a human, and that's that we've all experienced joy, we've all experienced loss, good, bad. We've all cried. We've all had a day where it's still astonishing that we got through when we think about it. You know, if we can learn to relate through our basic emotions, our basic hearts, the basic experiences of our lives, regardless of where we're from or what we are, we actually are experiencing a very similar experience while still being different individuals. And if we talk to each other and learn to be with each other that way, fuck, man, like I don't think we're gonna kill each other anymore, man. I think we're just gonna get high and have a good time. You know? Like, we don't have to smoke pot, obviously. We can have a good time without that too. But you know what I'm saying. But I mean, it is the weed YouTube, so you kind of have to incorporate it a little bit. The Mad Hatter. Everyone has a story. If everyone thought about that, is right, good through their day, it would be exactly though, right? I know, I totally feel you, the Mad Hatter on that. Russell Granger, you could double tap your soil. I don't, because, well, one, my vegetable garden outside has a collapsing a little bit retaining wall, so I've got to fix that next year, and I'm going to need to dump some more soil in. So right now I'm saving up all my soil and a bunch of other stuff and behind one of my workshops, just sort of dumping it there, smushing it all together. I want to go get some earthworms before it like super freezes here and let them eat a little bit, or maybe right. So, but yeah, I'm going to use that next year to kind of fill in the fact that like I've got a good section of this retaining wall that's kind of, but I'm gonna have to rip out all these shrubs to do it. It's gonna be a bitch. But so anyway, right now I've been saving my soil since I bought this little house and this pot squatch to do that, because I discovered it. I was walking along the vegetable garden. I'm like, yeah, and all of a sudden it like shifted, and I was like, whoa. So I stood back, and then I like kind of like went carefully out, and I looked, and I'm like, damn, this whole garden's collapsing. I've been growing one plant now for about 4 months, veg, not just under 2.5 pounds off one plant. This man watching to help me to get there, so anything is possible. Fuck yeah, Stuart Harper. Is that the fun way you got, man? Fuck yeah. Good job, yo. I'm proud of you. That's awesome. Squatch got me on the right track with my little girl. Oh my god, I don't even know if I can read this, man. It makes me feel embarrassed. Oh shit. Thank you, everyone, for your very kind words. It means a lot to me. I think I might just have to go piss in this thing right now. I just, need to take a moment. Lobster Boy, I've had 6 pound plants 3 or 4 times. So they're freaks, but it is possible to start getting crazy yields. So it's like, even if you're only getting 2 or 3 to a single plant, that means under Canadian law with 4 plants, you can get 8 wait, 8 to 12. There we go. Sorry, it took me a second there. Ps, right, which would technically translate to this huge thing, but there's technically no laws currently written that say like about like, well, you can only produce this much from this plant. So technically speaking, as long as you can prove that that came from that plant, you're okay. How does one do that? Well, that's the creative thing. I mean, you create huge logs, I'd say. Write it down, take videotapes, keep it like literally organized like an anal retentive asshole. I know it seems like a lot of work. Well, it is. But from a legal standpoint of covering your bases of the way people try to attack you in that technical setting, you're going to have to take fastidious, rappers, man, be crazy, like seriously. And with good representation, then that's how I see you being able to enact the technical wording of the law. So the fact is, it's always open to interpretation. Depends on the judge, depends on a lot of things, right? So you've got to think about every possible variant when it comes to the law. Like that's how you have to approach the law and think about, okay, well, this is what it says. Now, what can we use what it says to manipulate or fuck around with, right? Or how are they going to come at you in terms of supporting or secondary shit? So that's part of the thought with it. So in terms of the new laws of Canada, you're allowed 4 plants. Technically speaking, on the way that the law is worded right now, you're allowed 4 plants in flower. You can technically, it's not how they meant the law to legally read, but it does legally read right now. And the lawyer confirmed this. Not in the video, but we talked to earlier about that when he was earlier in the speech. That unlimited vegging plants technically in the way the Canadian law is written. It's not what they meant to write. I'm sure of it. But technically it is what it says right now. So yeah, so there's a little update in terms of those laws for the Canadians. The height regulations that were initially part of it aren't part of it now. Because that was dumb. You can't control stretch. That's just dumb. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, P-Win often, especially if you're running a high temperature, if it's really dry in your space, like, puppies, hey, shush. Stupid dog. It's okay. Relax. You're fine. Okay, so, but yeah, so sometimes they're going to be drinking a lot of water, 100%. 4 plants, 1 2x4. Yeah, it could be quite hot. Like, what light are you running that 2x4, for example? Like, what's your operating temperature? What's the relative humidity? What's your intake exhaust, or do you have an intake exhaust? All these variables will help you to kind of analyze why is my plant drying out so fast. But some plants are really thirsty too. You know what I'm saying? Crap. I'm better with Celsius. I probably should get a chart for these shows because a lot of our audience is in the States. And if I had a cheat sheet, I could instantly realize what we're talking about. God damn it. I'll try to get better on the Fahrenheit and Celsius conversions. I'm probably just going to post like a chart here on the table. It'll help. All right. Oh, 30% relative humidity is quite low. Yeah, like that's definitely low. Wow. Yeah, I'm just reading that now. Think about it. No. So mini humidifiers, awesome. You can also do some simple fixes sometimes if you've got room in there. You can literally just put like a bowl of water in there, and that'll help. It'll evaporate it out into the environment, and you're good to go, my friend. Seconds. Oh, there we go. I think we froze for a second there, but we're back. In terms of that, Charles Hankins, yeah, it's very different in Canada. In Canada, without license, every Canadian now is technically, in theory, and this is why I say in theory, we'll get to that in a minute, in terms of our Canadian law, is allowed to grow full marijuana plants. Oh, guess what, Canada? I'm your government. You are now allowed to grow full plants, and that'll be fun, right? I'll only get 4. Yes. Well, fuck, that's not very good, but I mean, it's 4 plants, right? So, okay. But if you want to grow your Thor plants, well, first you have to own a house, because we're going to pass laws that allow each province to make their own laws under our laws, changing our laws and changing things a little bit. We're going to then grant municipalities power as well. So we're going to go into a small little town, let's say, like 250 people there and another 10, and all that make up this little midget municipality, right? All of them, you add them all together, maybe you've got a big one in part of it, and then boom, it's this thing. And they decide to be conservative fucktards who don't like anything, okay? It's like legalization doesn't exist almost. And then, good fucking luck growing your marijuana unless you own your house. Let's be frank here. I don't know what the percentage of people who own their own home. I got lucky. And technically, where I was living before, and I still rent that apartment and sublet it to my business partner, they were okay with what I was doing. Like, they were nice. They were like, no, fuck, man, you know what you're doing, you're cool. But, like, for example, if Grow YVR is in, like, Grow YVR, Vancouver grower, a while back had a bit of an issue with the landlord. Luckily now I think the landlords have kind of like realized it's not going to hurt anything. He's not doing anything bad. It's okay. But in a lot of other provinces, they've taken, like we're in British Columbia here, they've taken a really conservative, really like, stance on shit, man. And it's like, so like, you tell the people you can grow 4 plants, but basically they can't really grow 4 plants. Because you've basically made it where almost no one in the population is in a place where legally they're allowed to enact their right to the 4 plants. So, that's a little fucked. I don't know. That's a little fucked to my humble 2 cents. Or for a while, fucked. We are fucked. Even people with medical licenses in certain parts of this country, provincial and municipal areas, have passed laws that overrule their federal given license based off of our Constitution to their right to health and wellness. That's what started the basic premise of how, under the Constitution, medical marijuana many years ago, or 20 years ago, became a thing in our country. So, they've now passed laws that even someone who holds a license based on constitutional federal shit can't grow unless they own their home now. They've granted powers to renters to protect their property and this or that. One sense, yes, I understand the fear, but I mean, if we educate people, and that's the problem with a lot of this, is no one's educated. So like, we gotta help them, right? But if you do it right, you're not harming a home, you're not creating mold, there's nothing like that, okay? I understand landlords' fears and sounds. I get that, okay? But the fact that the governments have allowed provincial municipal powers to the point where they're able to overrule a federal thing, a federal license from Health Care Canada, a thing given to us a very long time ago. It used to, if it was your personal residence and you rented, that meant something. That's still your private residence. You have a right to grow your medicine in your private motherfucking residence. But they granted certain provinces have used these powers for wrong. They're not all that way, but like a lot of places in Canada, that's the thing, man. It's fucked. And it's fucking it. That shit sucks. Pisses me the fuck off. But the one kind of hope I have in terms of all that for Canada, and the world for that matter, is all of these types of laws and all of this is evolving. It's all evolving everywhere. It's very much a global thing people are speaking about now. So, at the end of the day, there's hope. Because if we all start speaking, if we start standing up and trying, some of us are bound to get it right. Canada fucked it up. We were kind of one of the first ones to really try anything like this. Our government really fucked it up. World governments, listen, don't do what they did. It's all operating at losses. It's horrible. Nothing's been done right. they've gone and vilified the people who voted it in, who wanted to build an industry as criminals because they priced them out of the market and made it only affordable for the rich to be able to do it. The overregulation in terms of healthcare Canada's crap has destroyed it before it was done. For us, maybe. Not for them. Them and their cronies, the mobsters that have all the money. My fucking God. Who do you think owns everything? And that's what legalization in Canada has come to mean, sadly. But I mean, that's just, it sucks. But there's hope. We gotta all speak. I'm still speaking up in Canada, having issues with crap. Hi, I'm in Canada right now filming this. It's public, you know. But you know, remember that you have a voice. You have a right to exercise what your rights are. And if people are watching in a dark place in the world where you don't even have that yet, because there's places in the world where it only is on paper, and we only ever get there if we all stand up. So I encourage all of us out there, for this matter, for a lot of matters in general, the fuck shit in the world. If we stand united with united voices, my God, you know, maybe something could fucking actually start happening, you know. Let the good times roll. What's up, David Gauthier? Oh, I know Charles Hankins. I saw that. I'm curious to see what happens in the coming chapters of the American saga of that. I'm very curious. Pete, when you should make a 420 Instagram. There's a lot of good girls on there too. More grow, more time becomes normal. That's why I love YouTube and this channel, being able to learn without leaving the house. Well, exactly, P-Win. I mean, that's part of the fun, too. I mean, that's part of why I started the channel, too, because I got frustrated with the misinformation out there in general. So I was like, fuck it. I was drinking some beers. I'm going to make a YouTube. Then all of a sudden, people actually showed up eventually. And here we all are now. Holy shit. Well, exactly, David Gauthier. But, you know, the one thing I will say, though, in terms of current existence in America, in terms of states that have already gone, you know, legal, right? Like there are already FDA-approved facilities in the states that have licenses to do medical testing. They can do what they want. Like it already exists in a sense there, right? Whether they're going to be acknowledged to a certain point, but I mean, but they're out there, right? I mean, so it's like we're in certain ways all over the world. We're all getting a lot closer to it, right? And we just got to keep standing together and, you know, communicate, right? It's like, you know, down in America, they're like, oh, this is what's going on here. In Canada, we're like, yeah, this is what's going on here. And then we call New Zealand. New Zealand's like, ah, this is what we're doing. No, Germany's like, oh man, we're like this. And then France is like, oh shit, what did we miss? And then and that's not an insult at you, France. Okay, that's not an insult at you. My prediction is France is going to take a while to kind of warm up on it. Unless you already have, and I'm oblivious to that, then I apologize. But I lived in Europe a lot, so I'm just kind of playing off kind of what I remember of countries here. And then I don't know, Holland's getting more conservative on pot. They started cracking down on that. They're like, close down the coffee shops, fuck this, and blah blah blah. It's been a thing over the last number of years. I mean, it still exists, but it's not what it once was. It was not the Amsterdam I remember from childhood. And obviously Holland and the Netherlands is much bigger than Amsterdam, but I mean, that's kind of the one colloquial around the world. We all understand what that is. So we're going to talk about that in terms of the laws, yeah, because like the head shop's been closing, right? So if we all stay in communication, we can bounce ideas off each other in terms of what's important. How does this work? See, eventually some government may actually listen to the people of pot to help them figure out how to make it work. So, you know, like all of us could talk and brainstorm ideas. Well, you know, our government fucked it up really bad here. So maybe we should have done it this way, or this way, you know? Maybe eventually we'll come up with a good presentation that we can give to the world there. And like, hey, why don't we all just approve this? Just an idea. All right, let's check this out here. Raymond Johnson, have a beautiful night, my friend. KFT, hey, did you get a chance to look at my pics I sent you? I think so, but again, KFT, let me double check. After this initial show, I will go through the emails and double check things. I've been very busy, so it's I miss things sometimes. I'm going to be completely honest. I could possibly have missed it, and I am really sorry about that. But I will try to check that out. I agree, it's all out there, it's everywhere, all that you're all over, blah, blah, blah. But you talk to any doctor about cannabis and they will give you any doctor, I will not even pay you any mind. Well, not necessarily here in Canada anyway. I mean, there's a lot of doctors that are still very conservative that way in that regard. Like, I went to the doctor or the hospital one day because, like, I was puking a lot of blood. Like, it was bad. I was like, think this is enough blood where even I'm going to say I'll go to the fucking, emergency room. So I went to the emergency room and finally get seen by this old dude. And the motherfucker sits there and tries to tell me that it's because I smoke pot that I'm puking blood. I tried to explain to this doctor that I am one of the leading BC medical growers. And I've been a medical marijuana patient for 13 years, and I am vastly more qualified to consult people on marijuana for their health than he is. I can guarantee you this is not why I'm puking blood. Something else is going on. I wanted to swear, but I didn't. Funny thing was, and then I look over, and Mrs. Potsquatch is sitting there listening to this doctor, and I had never seen such a look of fire in my wife's face. Like, I looked over at this woman, and she was just like, I am going to kill you. I was like, damn, okay, make peace. I gotta keep my cool, because she about to kill his ass. Like, all right, no, you wrong, but you know what, fuck you. And we just left. Like, I just told them to fuck themselves. I said, you're wrong, you know what, I'm just gonna go home, keep puking blood, and I'm gonna figure it out on my own. Thanks a lot for your help. Good to see my tax dollars at work, you useless piece of shit. And then it was funny because I ran into my friend Amy outside and her husband Sandy. He's an old Scottish dude. We talked about him in early episodes. He's one of our bro friends, you know what I'm saying? And he was there, man. He's an abrasive prick like myself with opinions. And it's like, it was funny. I was like, wow. So I just walked out of a hospital, told the doctor to fuck himself, and I'm going to go take care of it all on my own. And then met my friends who would totally do that too. I was like, oh, it's a sign. No, Grow IVR, our government decided to give provincial powers to provinces and municipal powers. So in certain areas in Canada, yes, you are safe. We're in BC. We're good, bud. We're totally fine. But a lot of Canada is not, and a lot of Canadians have been fucked in that regard in terms of the licensing. But you're safe, Grow IVR. You're sexy. Don't worry about it. That's why we read, everybody. That's why we read. No, cannabis cultivation, there's parts of this world that are a joke. But I'm sorry, there's a lot of really good shit in this world too. And I really think there is a chance that we might not blow ourselves up. Because I see just as much good shit as I see bad shit. And I think, you know what, who's to say on 50-50? Let's say it's hypothetically a 50-50 here, that it's going to be heads every time. We might just luck out. Those who are brave enough to try to fuck around and change some shit might do. So, I'd say the world's a joke in parts, but the world's also a beautiful thing worth fighting for and trying to say at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Little this, little that, huh? What Bob's your boy saying? Just found out if I'm a good boy that Santa's buying me a big squatch. Laugh out loud. Can't wait for the new year. Sorry, that was funny. Well, Lobster Boy, given that we've been talking about laws and everything, you should tell, inquire to the powers that be, what is the exact definition and constitution of being a said good boy? Make sure you know the rules so you don't fuck up. Name Martin. Okay. If you want proper 4x4 LED core flower, you buy a double squatch. It is $5.99 USB, but it is vastly more affordable and outperforms an HLG. And they go toe to toe with Fluence's too, and you can buy 3 of my lights for one Fluence cost. So at the end of the day, if you want to go with Core 4x4, it's going to be a double squatch. That's a $5.99. I don't know what they charge for the TS piece of shit 3000, but at the end of the day, TS is just no. It's just I tried to give them a chance, and then they were dinks, and but I'm glad they did in a sense because it's kind of what helped us to launch our own lighting brand and do that. But then, like literally, once we were basically almost on market, and we gave away the Mars TS1000 because originally I really, really wanted to smash it, but then certain pot spots were like, that's just wasteful, man. Like, dude, so much shit when they making that. I'm like, fuck, you're so right, man. Okay, I won't break this bastard. Let's give it to someone in need, right? So we did that, gave it away, and the fucker burnt out 2 or 3 days after they got it. And I'm just sitting here, Jesus, let it crack. Like, damn you, Mars Hydro! Squatch Lights is coming too. But no, we already released now. But so I mean that's just the thing. There is no you want the most affordable high performance equipment, it's our equipment. Anything that's a little cheaper, other things, it's just not really a thing, to be honest. If you want to actually cover a 4x4, do it well and have good results, you got to start with a good lighting system. Part of why we released ours is because they cost too fucking much. So we made the same shit, but made it better and then made it cheaper. Because we're not greedy. So fuck it. Hashtag boom. Serve the people. Bring the people a good grow light, right? But at the same time, I do know it's not super cheap either. But it's as affordable as we can make it. It's really good compared to everyone else. And I know it's not an easy acquisition. Like the first time I bought Samsung-based lighting systems, I started with using HLGs before we released ours. It was a huge acquisition. It cost me a lot of money. And for like fellow Canadians, like I know our lights are an American, but that doesn't change how cheap they are because you'd still be buying an American from these other companies. And at the same time, our lights are American because we're a partnership with an American company. We're like, getting along. See, America and Canada, we could be friends. It works. But I kind of lost what I was saying. I thought too much. They all fell together. Lights, they were good. Most affordable, fresh, great girl tech on the market. The preloaded message. Unitech, no. I don't really work with cheap Chinese crap. I have worked with kind of more high-end Chinese lights-ish. We started using King LED King Plus blurple light systems, and overall they weren't too bad for blurple. They definitely cranked more than a lot of other blurple lights that I had tried in earlier years. So they weren't bad. But they did eventually burn out after about 12 months in some way or fashion in the end, most of them. And even a cheap grow light should function for at least 2 years. So, like our lights just go. Like for example, if you do the basic runtime on the current chips in the current edition we have released, that's a 50,000 hour runtime. If you break that down at 18 all 6 hours off, that breaks down to 7.6 years of runtime. They are rated for 90 degrees centigrade. Our operating temperatures are usually about 50 to 60 depending on grow environment. That's part of how we designed the fucker. Simple design, but built well, and the fucker's built to function. We did a lot of math behind, the basic cranking hot rod style rig to just get some light out, the thing, get the titties happy. So, yeah, that's basically the story there. I keep thinking too much and kind of distracting myself about light thoughts, but Michael Craig Brown.
I don't know what USMCA is personally. I do not understand what that represents. What's up, Wild Enterprise? How you doing? What's up, Cannabis Cultivation? Oh no, you retracted your message. That's actually a decent question, Kim D420. I'm on a laptop right now too, so I'm gonna pull up my fucking piece of shit. One second. Give me a second here, everybody. I'm trying to find. I want to read the specs and I'll give you an honest opinion. In my personal 2 cents, obviously. I'm a little biased as a competitor, obviously. But I did start a competitor with them. Okay. Pulling it up. I need to. 1 second, everybody. I'm reading some specs here. I'm assuming, let's switch back to live stream to make sure it's still going. It is. Awesome. Cool. Sweet. I like this new setup. I can check things. All right. So. Oh, bullshit. There's no way that's their fucking. Average yields 1.5 grams a watt. Bullshit. 2.1 to 2.35 Sorry, everybody. I'm just having a personal moment here and laughing at that. I'm trying to find the actual specs on what their chips are and stuff. Oh, no, those are just different categories. Just a moment. I want to see what they're using here. What the fuck? Okay, so I've never even heard of the chips they're using, to be honest. But if these are they're the same chips that I've met, and they're no. we played with the 1000, everyone. Like, I mean, yeah, no. And it's funny because they say it has a fucking 4x4 bloom core coverage. Like, that's what my double squatch does, and with proper power intensity, the way you design and build a light. So that alone should say something to you. So they're charging American $439.99. It's right in between the cost of my big squatch and my double squatch. Maybe closer to the big squatch price a little bit. Not by much though. You know, my core flowering actually on a big squatch is a 3x4. That's why with the double squatch we put it together like 6x8. That core super intensity is a 4x4, but we've got a superfluous extra 3-4 feet all outside of that. Like the light, it dissipates out, right? But what we wanted to do is the standard kind of core flower set is a 4x4 on a lot of these lighting systems, and that's kind of become an industry thing. Like, that's how we talk about it, segmentation of blah, 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 blah. So we're drawing 620 watt at the wall. They say this thing is drawing 450 watt. I mean, it might, but you got to remember, it's drawing 450 watt with a, I don't know, I can't even find what the driver is, and I've never heard of these types of LEDs, but I have met them. You all know how I feel about what I met, so I don't know. It just seems like vastly over-exaggerated. Like, why call it a 3000, for example, if it's drawing 450 watts? I bet you it's not drawing 450. I'd say it's probably closer down to about a 4 in reality. This is just educated guesses, by the way, everyone. This is just me talking about that. But no. Anyway, everyone. Because I'm looking at the thing. It's not even big enough to even do that. It's just, it's like the sheer way it's set up doesn't work that way. The parameters on the actual fixture do not match what they're saying it will do. There's a reason why we do strips and built it out the way we did. It's just silliness. It doesn't make sense. So anyway, I hope that is a response to your question. It was also fun. Because, we all know how I feel about Mars Hydro, so. Afrotech Fusion Labs. You could go with a big squash that has a core flowering of a 4x3. But if you want to go like hardcore, like, okay, put it this way. I'm a Cadillac man, so I'll describe it in a Cadillac term, okay? If you didn't worry about the cost of the Cadillac, and let's say you had the option of a 2.8 liter V6 Cadillac engine, or you had the option of the, let's say it was a 5 liter V8 or something like that. What are you gonna go with, right? So the core flowering testing with crazy part numbers of our double squatch rig, right, is based on that. If you put it in a 4x4 tent, that's like boxing in a lot of extra light. It's gonna crank. You could get by with a big squatch. If you want to crank the shit out and go fucking full out Cadillac pimp driving, fuck yeah, double squatch it. What's thinking, everybody? I need to piss, man. And you know what? I don't actually really want to piss in my sink. As much as that was a fun joke earlier, and the wife actually played along and was actually, I bet you she wouldn't even get mad at me if I did. But I'm going to take the headphones off for 2 seconds. I am peeing, but with the new setup, I'm doing this show sitting. I'm trying to force myself to learn how to sit in the show. So I'll be right back, though. I'll be back. I have to pee. Stop being silly little kids. No, neighbors are allowed to walk around. Yes. All right, I'm almost back, everybody. I'm sorry. Just a moment. Hi, it's all right. Nothing's wrong. All right, everybody. Sorry about that. I'm back now. Yes, Betty. Hi. All right. Testing. Can anyone hear this? Oh, I know, Chris Smith. And the funny thing is I've also got it wired to the tits. My house even communicates with me with my phone. Love it. Something to be said for a good security system. Oh, thank you, Matt and Annie. Well, it's like I saw a couple of them in there. I was like, man, like there's only 1 or 2, but we haven't started from seed. I don't even want to risk it. So I was like, fuck it. We can make a video about it too and talk about that. It's like, fuck, why not? So we had a good time roll, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they are Charles Hankins. Well, because originally, how we got these dogs is it goes back to. Hey, puppies, he's so right. What? Yo, there's no in there. He's so right. Sorry, everybody. So at the end of the day, this is Pot Squash. What's that, everybody? Hey, it's okay. Sorry, everybody. Just give me a moment. Audrey, there's no one there. There's no one there. There's no one there. No. That ghost is allowed to be there. It's okay. Please leave the window alone. Oh, right. There we go. Maybe if I hold you, you'll just shut up. So we'll hold you. We can talk in the show. There we go. Dogs in the show. And we'll tell the story about the dogs. All right. So these are the dogs here, everybody. This is little Mogwai and this is little Betty. Yep. Good little puppies. So Mrs. Potsquatch wanted to get a wiener dog. But wiener dogs became wiener dogs by becoming very, interbred, really. Very incestuous relations there. So that's just, something as, a marijuana breeder I could not get into. Good genetics are important. So I was like, well, like my friend, he's also a grower, but he's also a dog breeder, and his wife's a vet, and he makes Yorkie poos. How do you feel about Yorkie poos? So, I showed her pictures. She's like, ooh, look at this little Mogwai one. So we're going to get Mogwai. And that was the story for her birthday. And, but then my buddy showed up, and he still had little Betty here. And because it turns out that little Betty here, she's not supposed to be all black like this. It's okay, Monkey, calm down. I'm trying to show the system. Betty, show them your pretty stuff. So see how Betty looks kind of more like a little poodle in many ways? She's all black. As the Yorkie poo, she's not supposed to look like that. She's a genetic freak. And that's what makes her special. I can almost find almost zero references to them ever coming out like that, even in the history of dogs on the internet. So nobody wanted Betty because of that. And I thought that made Betty super cool. She's like that super weird marijuana super strain that you find. So we took her, and I was like, fuck it, buddy. What's the cost of 2 dogs? Let's talk business. And so now I have 2 dogs that are tiny and competitive, but I wouldn't have changed it for the world. I'm a big dog man, typically myself, but these little bastards do on you. You know what I'm saying? They're my little puppies, yeah. And they're tough. Okay, guys. Go for a run. Whoops, sorry, babe. There you go. Go have fun, but stop the buck. Yes. Oh, well, we're fine. I should have just kept hold of them. There we go. Oh, Michael, that's crazy. My dream dog that I'd love to get, if such a thing could ever exist, would be a Newfoundland Labrador, big giant fucker, crossed with a Tibetan Bull Mastiff. Probably would come out one of the largest dogs ever existed, and basically a bear. And that's literally the dog that I've been dreaming of since I was a kid. Well, DJ Drew 24 Volt, I mean, I don't really know much about the world of dogs or buying dogs or this or much, I mean, for these ones, I know what I paid for. I got a good deal on them, but I'm not allowed to share that. But he and I had a good agreement. So, but, yeah, I don't know much about what the pricing of dogs. I know that purebreds mean money. If you've got papers, as it were, on your dogs, that's like stupid money, but, I mean, I don't have papers on my dogs. I don't need papers for my dogs. I love my dogs because they are beautiful and wonderful. Slightly annoying at times, but I love them. A Chihuahua pit bull. That sounds trippier than shit. I would be curious to see what that looked like. Hell yeah, old man. Staffordshire Bull Terrier. Sorry, everybody. Potsquatch. What all these things you do use for your environment? Also, do you run CO2? Dank knowledge, not in my house, because the CO2 system is very dangerous, and this is where I live. I also have dogs that are very small. I have a cat too. CO2 is heavier than air, so it collects in the bottom. If there's ever a fuck up, it's like that's a good way to kill your pets really quickly. So no, typically I don't. I mean, I could use a breathable system or whatever in there. That wouldn't really create danger because it's not like an injected CO2, but still, no, I don't. Not here anyway. I mean, on bigger grows, yeah, I'd set up a CO2 injection system for sure, but not in my house. In my basic environment there, just general dehumidifier, AC, which also functions as the exhaust. I do not have a fresh air intake in there currently, just because given how many little pesky bugs out there, I mean, that would be something I'll eventually install. But not currently. But I'm in there so much anyway. I'm giving them all the CO2 they need. So. One second here. Hey, thank you, Michael Summers. Well, at the end of the day, I'm trying to, play with new toys, make things a little bit easier. Because I figure, this is a little bit annoying sometimes. do, 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 do. Oh my. What time is it now? It's 3:07. We started the show at 1. That's 1 to 2, 2 to 3. 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. It's less than 6 hours. Probably should pay attention on that. What chores there. All right, everybody. So we'll keep the show going for a little bit. I'm just doing some math in my head. So it is now been on for roughly 2 hours and 7 minutes. We'll go to 2 hours and 20 minutes. The cousin of 420. Oh man, I'm sorry, Michael Summers. Again, if you ever get the chance, check out Jake's All in One. It is available on our store. That shit kills PM spores like nothing I've ever seen. It's like on contact. It's fucked. There was so much rain in the valley here this summer that like a lot of people that I know that were growing plants outdoors got like fucked by powdery mildew and bud rot. Can't really do much for bud rot. I mean, cut it off, but hope for the best. But in terms of powdery mildew, though, if you catch it at the right time, you can treat it, attack it, because often it will start on your leaves and move up and in. If you can catch it before it gets there, then you can get up and then chase it and hope for the best, right? So. Max Wilder, I'm actually, the joint here, this is some Death Bubba Kush. I quit smoking cigarettes, so I puff on the occasional stogie now. It's part of, I'm doing the Uncle Buck to quit smoking. A few cigars a day is better than fucking a deck and a half of smokes. So, and it's been going good now. Haven't had a cigarette since I had my last one, like 9, 10 days, 8 days, 8 to 10 days. I don't even care anymore. I don't even pay attention. I just don't smoke cigarettes now. Because I'll always have the occasional cigar or a pipe or something. I like that, so. But right now, I'm just trying to get through and eventually kind of cut down even a bit more there, just to be healthy, to stay around for longer, to piss all you off. No, Charles Hankins, we didn't. In the end, me and Adam have declared that sadly, as beautiful as the pollen looked, sadly the pollen, especially my professional, because no, it wasn't good pollen. I think there might be a little in there that kind of works, but it didn't work well. I have yet to find a nice viable seed from any of it. It's sad, but it happens sometimes, right? You never really know until you harvest the pollen of a male how viable it's going to be. It does suck that that's the one pollen we had to play with, but that's why, I know that Adam has some males going right now, so we're going to hopefully maybe get another chance to get some viable pollen to play with some eugenics there. And that sucks, but who knows? I might still find a few, but Adam hasn't really found anything that's overly viable, and I haven't either yet, and that's a bad sign in terms of it. So I'm thinking, it's like, think of dudes, right? Some Siemens makes babies. Some Siemens is not very good at making babies. And I don't think that pollen's very good at making baby seeds. C'est la vie. We tried, right? But there you go. It's part of learning, part of fucking around. I'm not giving up on it yet. I still want to fuck around with this pollen a little bit more before I say it's bunk. But we're definitely going to try to get some more pollen together to make a new kind of play. I was excited about the premise of all those strains, but again, if you don't get the seeds to properly stabilize and propagate, the future of what that strain creation has to be, then, say la vie. I'm not into, personally, the orally dissolvable nicotine aids because a big part of smoking is the psychological addiction of it, right? There's a lot less nicotine in my cigars and very little chemicals compared to, it's more natural tobacco and these fuckers. So kind of my approach is to try to cut that down and then also curb the psychological thing. For me, I mean, using patches and stuff never worked. But I've been a cigar or pipe smoker just as long, like half my smoking career was spent that way rather than cigarettes anyway. So switching back to that, being very conscious of what I'm smoking now, and then after a few weeks, we're like a little over a week in now, about 3 or 4 weeks in, I'm going to then really start to try to, curb the cigar smoking as much as I can, and reduce that as low as I can. Because I have no desire to never have a cigar or a pipe again, right? But I'd like to be healthier and actually take care of myself a little bit better. So working on that. That's kind of my approach to it. And that's the approach that works for me. But this is the first time where I chose to quit smoking in my life. I've tried to quit a bunch of times. I did quit for 6 or 8 months once, but it was always someone forcing me to do it. This was the first ever time in my life that I decided for me that I didn't want to smoke cigarettes anymore. Which I remember when I decided I was actually doing it, I was almost shocked with myself. Holy crap, I never thought I'd say that. But yeah. Crop King, Crop King. That's the cannabis cultured people, isn't it? I have never had. I've only bought their seeds once, but I bought a few packs of them, and none of us who tried them had a good experience with them. I've got one purple Kush plant that's actually broken soil out of 5 seeds on Crop King seeds right now. So that's a joke. The seeds that were gifts from pot squatches, self-created by the army, or friends of the army at least, have outperformed the stuff that I went to a store in Vancouver and bought. It's being marketed as a thing. Sorry, Mark Emery, I think you need to have your people look a little bit closer at how to at least properly store the seeds. They did look good, but only really one's working. So, and everyone else's seeds are working like that. So yeah, I advise staying away from those just for my own, small experience. I've only bought a few packs, but none of them really worked out very well. So. Well, exactly, suburban life. I was never a dipper. I never liked chewing or dipping in tobacco. That was never my thing. So that's why I think I don't like lozenge or oral sprays. It's just, no thanks. All right. That's awesome, Wild Enterprises. Yeah, I'm like 8 or 9 days, but it's pretty good. That's a good joint. Death Bubba Kush. Oh man. But no, it's been good. And and I was kind of worried at first about the quitting, oh my God, am I gonna have these? But being someone who was a cigars pipe smoker a lot, it's helped. And I haven't really had any crazy need for a cigarette. I hung out with Big A, one of my childhood best friends, for a few days there. He went to the meeting with us. That was the big meeting as well in Vancouver at that bank, with all the different people there. And he smokes a lot of cigarettes, and he's trying to reduce down. He's smoking cigarettes all the time, and I wasn't really tempted by it. I think one of the things that helped is my wife's nice enough because she doesn't mind the smell of a cigar. It's not like I'm smoking 20 of them a day in the house. And it reminds of her of a classy man, so she's all right at that. And so every time Aaron would go for a cigarette when we were hanging out, often I'd just stay in the house. Occasionally I'd step out with him and I'd have a puff of the cigar at the same time, you know. And but no, it's been going good. I haven't really been as snappy because I guess what I'm trying to do right now is get my body used to smoking the cigars, less nicotine, less chemicals and shit. And then it's much easier to say, okay, we're happy once in a while, but it's not like linchpin of living in your day or your life. It'll also make it much easier too, like for shooting movies and doing TV shows and stuff, because you know you're not nicking out or anything like that. It's like, oh shit, I gotta shoot for 6 hours and I don't have a chance to have a cigarette. Like right now, that or before, it could have been hard, right? But and a couple more weeks, I'm gonna start reducing it down, and then boom, much easier for me to be able to do anything, right? Like, and I don't like that if you have to fly somewhere and then it becomes like a linchpin. Like, oh my god, I need this. Like that's part of what helped me get there, I think. You know, right? So yeah, yeah, right. Wild Enterprises gets it. So. No, it does totally seem to, Matt Naney. And most of the scenes I've ever worked with have been that way. Part of me wonders why. I think it's a lot of people who in the past, before will see banks or companies maybe aren't storing anything properly. Like I've just always had this weird feeling, like it's got to be it. Because a lot of these seeds sometimes that come, they look great. Like, I mean, they look like they should work awesome, but they don't. Yeah. Shout out to the chicken nuggets back, Jamie Matthews. I'm not sure if that means the dogs. I'm sure they say hi too, but hell yeah. But anyway, my friends, it's now 3:17, so we're going to start winding these things up. If anyone has the last question they would like to ask, feel free to tune in now. We will be doing 2 shows today, as already released this morning. So it's now 3:17 p.m. here. We're going to try to wrap this show up by about 3:20 p.m. And then going from there, basically, we will be on at 9 p.m. BC time. So that's in 6 hours and 40 minutes at the end of this show. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. No, it's not. It's in 5 hours and 40 minutes. Did the math wrong there. But there's going to be another show coming. My friends are going to go make some food and say hi to my wife. Get ready for the show tonight. But everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for enjoying the new show. Thank you for tolerating the start of the show. We were kind of playing around with the camera and shit. How do we make this work? Is it perfect now? No, but it's better than where it started, and we kind of got it there. And I managed to sit for most of this. I'm impressed with myself on that one because I normally stand all day. Side effect of being a bartender, being on set a lot of the time, doesn't mean you always have a chair, right? So, you know, I always have been a stander. Ask Mike. Ask Adam Squatch. Hanging out with Adam Squatch, I never would sit down. I just kept like standing and smoking or drinking and just floating and talking. And he's like, can you sit down, bud? Like, you're just making me freak out. No, I don't sit. Okay. Yeah, it was funny. But I managed to sit down and try to do a show. So, you know what? Hey, let's see if we can do it twice in a day. But my friends, thank you for all your support. Thank you for tuning in. There's a lot of good, exciting things coming for the Pot Squatches coming up. You know, and we'll see them as they come along. And motherfuckers, I'll see you later. If you want to support this channel and you enjoy what we do, check out potsquatchgoers.com. Buy your shirts, your hats, your t-shirts, your rolling papers, your grinders, and well, Jake's all-in-one, soon to be Garden Supply. We're going to launch all those things. Hopefully, all stuff that comes from us eventually. Also, too, you can go check out our lighting brand, most affordable, reliable LED grow tech on the market. That's another way you can support the channel as well, too. And you know what? The fact of you just showing up, talking, sending emails, being part of it, everyone working as a community, that's also the best way to support this. Because, you know, we are non-monetized YouTube, and we never intended to be one. And, you know, this community here that we've created here, the Pot Squatch Boys Army, it's about, you know, standing together as the people and rocking and rolling. So that's probably the most important thing, I'd say. Definitely the most important thing. But anyway, everybody, Uncle Pot Squatch fucking loves you. It's now 3:20, like we exactly intended. Like a wizard. Anyway, everybody,
I'll see you in the next show. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to be yourself. And keep it sexy, motherfuckers. I can't end the fucking live stream from the laptop. It's not running through the laptop. It's running through the phone. Peace out, everybody. Uncle Pot Squatch fucking loves you.